We're in Cape Town at Killarney International Raceway for round 3 of the SA SBK Championship, proudly brought to you by Liqui Moly and their associate sponsors. And you can see the crowds have come out not to only be entertained on the black stuff, but also on the side of the circuit, as always, at an extreme festival. We kick things off with the South African Supersport Championship, and the Clash of the Champions now brings Liqui Moly on board for the first time, joining all our associate sponsors for this incredible championship. So far at the front end, Blaze Baker's been the man to beat. Kieran Snyman has been right there, and he's looking for a chance now to show Blaze Baker the way around. But it's an incredible run from him to put her on pole position alongside Schultze and another Cape Town rider, Brandon Stafford. PE versus Cape Town for that front row, and away they go down towards turn 1. Good start from Stafford, great start from Baker from the second row. He has already got through and up into third place, possibly in the second. He gets on the brakes. Schultze's lost out there big time. He dropped down to fourth place. Ricardo Otto right on his tail as they come out of KFM for the first time. We go on board here with the King Price and Seller Racing Yamaha, and it's Blaze Baker trying to close down on Kieran Snyman, but it's Stafford who's got the whole shot. Brandon Stafford, only for a while. Into turn 2, he has the door firmly shut on him. And there you go. Kieran Snyman up to the front, exactly where he wants to be after a great qualifying. Remember, they do 3 qualifying sessions on the Friday, and that gets a chance for them for their best time to put the pole position up there for the race. You can see just how hard these boys are pushing. Schultze all over the back of Blaze Baker. 4-way run here. Just behind that, Ricardo Otto fighting with JP Frederick. This is a super run from him as well. Nice to see Frederick stepping up internationals now. Remember, this is probably one of the only times we'll see him. Hopefully we'll see him at the PE circuit as well. But Blaze Baker now starting to close in. Great slipstream from Baker. Gets through there on Stafford. Can he do a double slip? No, he's not quite close enough, but he's up to second. Kieran Snyman running a little bit high there on that banking into turn 5, Cape Town corner. That might just cost him a little bit of drive. You can see Baker's closed in there. So Blaze Baker goes hunting now for the 19 bike out front of Kieran Snyman. Schultze's made up some ground as well. Look how tight it is as they come across the line. He was right on the exhaust pipe, looking for a way through there on Stafford. Very tight stuff here between these first 4. As they're going to KFM corner now, this is how tight it is for the South African Supersport Championship. Great to see these guys, and young guns going at it. The Brat Pack are in the house and showing the Cape Town crowd that they've got what it takes. It's a PE man who leads out. It's Pine Town's Blaze Baker who's there in second, and the 2 Cape Town boys fighting for the final step of the podium. Right now it's Stafford who leads out over Schultze. And Stafford has got to grips with his bike much better than what we saw the previous 2 rounds. He's certainly fired up after a great run, and now looking for a chance for his first podium of the season. Schultze doesn't want to let that happen. He's all over the back of him, looking for a way through as they go into Malmesbury. Big right-hander, and it's not easy to get it all set up here. Watch them as they run wide. If you've got the perfect line, you should just hit the inside of that red and white strip, and that's exactly what almost every rider's done there, including Gareth Gaelic, a little bit further back, another Cape Town rider, having a good outing. Him and Luca Bologna fighting at the back end there for 7th and 8th place. Change up for 3rd. Schultze squeezes through and outbreaks Stafford into Cape Town corner. Gets up into 3rd place now. Can Stafford run with him? Ricardo Otto just behind there, fighting hard with JP Frederick. Looking for a chance now to possibly get up there for these top 4. Blaze Baker in the slip. He's got past. Is he good enough now to keep it all together though into turn 1? Yes, he is. He cements that position and gets through for the King Price team. Seller Racing will be happy with that, but Kieran Snyman comes back at him. He makes him sit up. That's amazing stuff. Kieran Snyman forcing the champion wide and makes him sit up out in the exit point of turn 1. That was a big and frightening moment there for Blaze Baker. He wouldn't be worried about it though. He would expect that kind of racing. These 2 guys have gone at it for a couple of seasons now. And you can see in the background the crowd losing their minds. They should be. It's one of the best races we've seen in a long time for 600cc's. Baker now under threat. He's dominant so far in the championship now for the first time, just finding a small chink in the armour. And it looks like Kieran Snyman's found it and capitalising on it as they get onto that back straight again. Watch Baker. He's going to look for the slipstream again. He's got good drive. And perfectly done. Goes flying past there. Remember, these are R6 Yamahas that are fighting. There's only one Kawasaki really involved there. That is Brandon Stafford. And the difference in the pace there of Stafford's bike and the 2 Yamahas can be seen by the pace of these 2 boys getting away. And now that Schultze has got through, there's a possibility he's going to hang on for 3rd. They're coming to the line. It's a dice to the line. Kieran Snyman's going to pull alongside. Will he? No, he's not close enough. Baker takes the win. Great run to the line there. Blaze Baker taking the win. Kieran Snyman comes through for 2nd place. He'll be happy with that, but Baker once again returns to the top of the podium, and he's a happy man. Number 1 is where he wants to be every single time. It's Schultze who comes through for 3rd place. What a run there from him, and Brandon Stafford on the Kawasaki eventually ends up in 4th place, beating out JP Frederick. There you go, celebrations in the Seller Racing team, and they're going to be happy with the performance now. That's 1 apiece there for Kieran Snyman and Blaze Baker. Baker taking the win ahead of Snyman, then Schultze comes through for 3rd. Brandon Stafford, a much improved ride for 4th place. JP Frederick up to 5, Otto ahead of Gaelic, and Luca Bologna in 8th place. The man at the front is Blaze Baker. We caught up with him down at the podium ceremony after he got a chat to his dad, who sacrificed a lot.
What I learned in that last session is could have been helpful if I learned it in the previous sessions. But I mean, nonetheless, it was an incredible race. I just picked my moves bit by bit. Didn't take anything too wild unnecessarily as I didn't want to go down. But yeah, it's paid off, and my team has given me an absolutely incredible machine. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you to all of you guys behind me this year. And we'll see you guys in PE.
Not an easy race, first.
We certainly will. Look at the championship heading into PE. It's a dominant ride so far from Baker, but the local man from PE, Sneeman, has closed him down. Jared Schultz will be looking to keep up the pace, along with Ricardo Otto, and Brandon Staffen, with a much improved ride here in Cape Town, is confident. In the 1000cc class, there's not much more confident than Kinsella as he steps up to the mantle to take on all his arch rivals. 2 riders returning to the series is Byron Bester after a little injury, and great to see Snowflake back in it as well. Aaron van Niekerk joins the Cape Town Massive as they try to take on the King. Let's have a look and see what happened in race number 1. It was a fantastic start from Kinsella, getting off the line as always. Very, very good. Pushed into turn 1. Cape Town boys starting to make their way to the front end, including Jonas and David McFadden. The two of them eventually ended up fighting there with Lance Isaacs to try and close down on Kinsella's lead. Sella wasn't holding anything back, neither was Ronald Slavitt as he came under braking and got it all wrong down into Cape Town corner. Fortunately, he didn't go down, kept it upright and got back on track. But the Red Baron not enjoying this new bike and slowly but surely getting to grips with it. Nice battle ensued just in the background for 5th and 6th place there between Flock and Bester. Kinsella eventually got overtaken on the last lap by David McFadden, and he timed it to perfection to take the victory in race 1. And an awesome effort there to get up on the top step alongside Sella and Lance Isaacs. As they roll up now for race number 2, Sella has definitely got the race face on. Can he do anything about Jonas, who had issues in race number 1 and will now have to try and get that bike to the end and hopefully onto the podium? On board with David McFadden, the RPM Centre machine as it gets ready to go. Oh, what a start there from McFadden. Great start from Jonas. Good start once again from Lance Isaacs. But look at how McFadden got swamped there. Ronald Slavitt goes around his outside. Around the inside was Garrick Flock, and Flock now onto the tailpiece there of Lance Isaacs as they come through KFM corner for the first time. This is Ronald Slavitt's point of view of David McFadden going around his outside and finding a way back in. Look at the move there coming out of Hayden Jonas on the inside. Diving through to try and find a way past, but he can't quite make it stick. Flock goes around his outside and gets up to 3rd. Who is going to put your money on here? Or who do you want to? Because any one of these riders can win. Flock has had a fantastic turnaround here after not such a great first outing in race 1. He's right in the thick of it now for race 2. Oh, and speaking of the thick of it, going down Slavitt. Slavitt slams down, coming into the kink and gets it all out of shape. That's a big pity. Hopefully the bike's out of the way and we don't need to get a red flag. Byron Bester didn't get quite the start he wanted. We go on board here with Lance Isaacs. This is an interesting look at this. Have a look at this man down the back straight. 280 k's an hour, hard on the brakes on the Superbike Gaming BMW. And he closes right in there, trying to get onto the back end of Sella. Sella's working double time to get away, doing the normal thing that Kinsella does. Flock's gone down. Too much. Too early there for Garrick Flock. Can he get the bike started again? Hopefully so. Lance Isaacs across the pit wall and coming up alongside the chair. Oh, look at this. It's so close. Multiple champions going at it here. And there's a change up for the lead. Lance Isaacs hits the front for the first time, but only for about 3 seconds. And then Sella comes straight back at him. David McFadden is closing down. They're going to be worried about that. Hayden Jonas just not able to bridge the gap just yet. But you can see how hard Jonas is pushing. Now we see a move. And that's a Cape Town line of note. Ooh, a little sit up there from Sella. Isaacs forced his way past Sella to sit the bike up, has given David McFadden a chance now to squeeze through and possibly put a little bit of a run on for 2nd. Oh, look, you don't get closer than that. You can take any motorcycle championship around the world, and this kind of racing only happens in South Africa. It is fantastic. And the Liqui Moly boys must be very happy with their choice of sponsorship, throwing the money and, of course, the sponsorship behind this event as they get down on the back straight. This is McFadden's point of view now, closing in on Sella. Great slipstream on Sella. Can he find a way past? No, he can't. Sella's good on the brakes. Isaacs is phenomenal on the brakes. But look at Jonas sliding into Cape Town corner, following his 2 Cape Town compatriots and the man from Gauteng going at it here for the win in race 2 of the SA SBK Championship. Across the line they come once again. This time it's McFadden. Will he go early or is he going to just sit behind Sella for a lot longer? Sella's not holding back. Sella dives up the inside and gets through on Isaacs. McFadden just tucks in behind Isaacs as they go through KFM. So tight. A little bit of wide line there from Isaacs. Bester starting to make his way back up as well. In fact, he's up to 5th place, so he's recovered nicely. And he's got through on Aaron van Niekerk, Dylan Barnard, and Nicholas Grobler. Grobler with some issues there, had to get out of pit lane very late, but he's eventually back on track. Not enough to fight out with these 4 boys at the front end. Once again, this is Lance Isaacs' point of view as they go through Malmesbury onto the back straight. It's everything she's got for the time he gets into 6th gear, and on the BMW, close to 280 k's an hour before they climb on their anchors. And it's hard anchors and hard braking that is required at the bottom end of this very long straight in Cape Town. McFadden has closed down once again. Can he find a way through there on Isaacs? If he gets through, there's a possibility of the overall victory for the day. He's not worried about that right now. He just wants race 2's win. Bester still hanging on in the Evolved Nutrition and High-Tech Yamaha. Fantastic run there from the youngster after that injury. Oh, Isaacs runs wide and opens up the door. Hayden Jonas says, thanks very much. I'll take that. The kid is on fire. He didn't have it all his own way. An electrical problem on his bike in race 1 cost him a chance of a podium. He's now on the podium steps, and he's ahead of Lance Isaacs. And that is a massive move there from the youngster. Problems on the sideline there for Dylan Barnard. He stays out of trouble though. Those bikes come through. They couldn't overtake there. That's why everybody had to stay line astern. It might have just helped Hayden Jonas out a little bit. As they come through onto the final lap, we're going to see big action here. Will McFadden have another go? I'm not quite sure if he's close enough. Let's see what his top end is like now as they get to the bottom end of the straight. And watch out for Lance Isaacs diving through on Jonas. Will he give Jonas a chance to get on the podium, or is he going to make him pay? Here we go. McFadden is in the slip. He pulls out alongside Seller. Seller just forces him wide. Oh, man. It is so close between these 2 riders. Hard on the brakes, and Seller hangs on. That should be enough to get him to the line. The outbraking he did there on McFadden should give him the advantage to get out of Cape Town corner, and now it's a drag race to the line. Look at David McFadden. He's coming on the inside. He's going to be forced alongside the pit wall. Oh, it comes so close. That is exceptionally close. He had to back out of that one. Seller takes the win. McFadden nearly takes out the wall and gets second. But what an incredible Superbike race here in Cape Town. Seller takes it. The first man to high-five him is McFadden. He knows he was in a battle of note. And 3rd place, Hayden Jonas for WP's Motors and Samurai up into the 3rd spot. Isaacs finishes in 4th ahead of Byron Bester. It's Aaron van Niekerk who finishes up in 6th place, beating out Dylan Barnard and Grobler. Dave Peterson down at the Liqui Moly podium to catch up with Clint Seller.
Clint, certainly the king now, 2nd race, huh?
Yeah, you know, I had to show the King Price Extreme Pony what it could be done. But yeah, it was an awesome race. I knew perhaps I had a little bit of a challenge. We knew from the first race we had a challenge, so I wouldn't let anyone lead. I just my front end is incredible on the brakes. I don't think there is a bike that can brake later than my bike at this stage, so I just saw my advantage where I had it, and I made sure that there was no one that could go with me on my brakes. I think the Ferodo pads are to the nub.
Have a look at this championship. This is incredible. Seller now leads out with 131 points. Isaacs on 103, but look at McFadden on 100 points right there with Isaacs. Heading to PE, Alan John Fenter won't be there, but Garrick Flock will definitely look to close things down on the top 3. Aldo Scrivanti on the 15th of June sees the next round of the Extreme Festival of Motorsport. We'll be there to bring you all the action. We hope to see you at the Aldo Scrivanti circuit. All this action from the Formula 1600s is proudly brought to you by Investchem. And the South African Superbike Championship is proudly brought to you by Liqui Moly and their associate sponsors.